Hello, welcome back to It's Just Tech. I'm really excited to talk about artificial intelligence. Oh, I'm going to warn you up front. There's a lot of hoops we got to jump through in order to get to the golden ring. But today I want to go over a few companies that are in that space, well-known companies, some that you would expect more than others. But there's been a lot in the news recently, and so I thought it'd be a good time to bring this up. So the first company I wanted to talk about is Intuit. When you go to intuit.com, you see a different welcoming page from anything you've ever seen before. And it absolutely announces the global financial technology platform that gives you the power to prosper. That's really one of their big bets to make sure that you succeed. But as I move my image a little bit here, you can see Intuit Assist noted at the top under the blue banner there. Your new generative AI, so they're calling it a GenOS or a Gen AI powered financial assistant. So it's really meant to be an accountant in your pocket, someone that can answer your questions, but not general or not based on just code, but specifically to the granular level of your needs. What do your credit card show? What do your invoices show? What do your customers show? What are your invoices showing? What does your credit report show? What are your tax filings showing? Pulling that data together and then answering the core questions that you might come up with. And so in this example, let's say you have a question about an inheritance. You want somebody to take that kindly because that means the loss of a loved one. So generative AI has a, let's say, personality, for lack of a better word, built in to come at the harder subject with the facts you need right on point and a kindness to wrap around the words that they're giving you. It's really interesting the direction that they've gone. So I want to move on to the next one here. They issued a press release. Now, this was after their huge announcement that they made in September. And the announcement is really starting to settle in with customers as more and more customers are able to test the platform. In fact, in this case, the press release states, introducing Intuit Assist, the generative AI-powered financial assistant for small businesses and consumers. It's really powerful, and it's amazing how dedicated this company is to helping you succeed. So I'm not going to read through the whole press release, of course, but there's quite a bit in here. And as you scan through it, really gives you good direction and knowledge of where AI is going. But in this case, they've rolled out Intuit Assist for TurboTax. They're taking it to the TurboTax Live platform, where previously it could take a month to get taxes done, even on the live platform, for a variety of reasons. Customers not prepared, and the experts not having all the solutions, and then needing verification or a legal sign off before we release any of the tax returns. So having Intuit Assist, they've said that that's actually bringing that down in a beta scenario to hours from 22 days, with people satisfaction score significantly jumping from 60 to 90%. Really a big changer there. But for more details, it's right there on the side if you want to look at the press release. Intuit Assist for Credit Karma. This is where it will blend your credit card scores, your spending history, your income levels, whatever it is that you have allowed it to look at, it will pull in to have an amazing snapshot of how it can help you. And the clicks or the prompts that it gives you are very, very intuitive. Now, one conversation we have is if somebody's working in a Gen AI space or any kind of machine learning space, you know that there's parameters to the box, right? The information only goes so far. If you had an encyclopedia, for instance, in front of you, the encyclopedia for the book A, you're not going to find zebras in it. And so there's limits in financial software to what has been put in it. And so we're working on making clear where the boundaries are, not so much for forming the edges of the box, but rather for telling people, hey, you can stretch out your arms and ask almost any question within your financial arena and really get a supportive, informative, and quick answer, which is so important when we're dealing with IRS, accountants, CPAs, other agencies, to have everything documented. The next one here is Intuit Assist for QuickBooks. Of course, any kind of daily bookkeeping. And I think out of all the tools, this one will become the most powerful as small companies log into their QuickBooks on a daily basis, whether it be for tracking or invoicing, incomes, payroll even. This tool is very, very intuitive and is going to make the time per task drastically reduced. We've gone through quite a bit of friction with QuickBooks as we've moved from the desktop platform to an online platform to even a QuickBooks Live support. And it's really interesting how a bow can be wrapped around this entire package. The next item here is Intuit Assist for MailChimp. That's, of course, interactive and intuitive mailing campaigns. Phenomenal product. So there's just a little bit more detail here on the responsibility and data stewardship of AI, what it means to you, and the terms of use with that. And of course, there is a point of contact there if you want to contact the company that's related on their press release. I want to touch on a few others that are in this short video that I'm doing here. I brought us right back here to Intuit that has, of course, TurboTax, Credit Karma, Mint, QuickBooks, and MailChimp. Very interesting to dig around since it is on the main page, but I want to bring up a few others here. Bloomberg released this article, and it was actually released today, that Stability AI, which is based out of the UK, is exploring the sale as the investor urges the CEO to resign. They're going through significant changes as they are bleeding cash. And as we know right now, the AI field, it's just primed to pop, but they're still pioneers in this field. And until they get that momentum, the revenue just isn't there to balance all the tech and machine learning that has gone into this. And so this company is struggling. And in fact, they're looking at a number of different resources to stabilize it. And removing the CEO is a possibility for one of them. But what we saw is very interesting here as Sam Altman of OpenAI struggled for his job. He was fired, and according to the final update here from the Register, let's see here. Let me move down here. There's talks that he was fired and hired back again. Officially announced, Sam Altman has returned. So a number of people on the board were even blindsided. We don't know if this is a corporate takeover. We don't have enough information right now. There's been some letters that have come out. I haven't been able to validate from the inside, but the facts are he was removed, and based on what we're seeing now, he's been put back in charge of OpenAI. Now, of course, there's been a track record with Elon Musk and OpenAI, which the foundation turned into a for-profit and is in a complete different direction than what was the original intention, according to the founding members. But OpenAI is what brought us ChatGPT, and because of that announcement, ChatGPT 3, 3.5, and of course 4 has really rocked our world to decipher what is real and what is not real. This brings me to the next one. This is, of course, Elon Musk's release. This is Grok. The difference between OpenAI and ChatGPT is that ChatGPT offers a natural language model programmed by the woke community. What you put in is what you're going to get out, right? And worse than that, the machine keeps learning from itself. So the more you put in the parameters you give it, the more it'll learn on what's right and what's wrong. So if you ask it tough questions like, what is a woman? You're going to get a PC answer that actually isn't based on nature or factual evidence of the world we've lived in for the last thousands of years. But Grok has promised and is delivering a different approach. The data put in and the programmer's parameters are not based on a woke agenda. They're based on facts, evidence, documentation, and they've got a sense of humor too. So as you ask a question, it'll tell you if it's being offensive. It'll joke with you. Elon Musk had even posted a love poem that he had written, and I thought out of all the concepts to test, that was a very interesting one to post. You know, everybody gets lonely during the holidays. I don't know if that scenario is net, but the bottom line is company after company, whether it's Stability AI or OpenAI or Grok or major fintech companies like Intuit are going after this AI scenario. Not only are they looking to be the leader in the field and grab market share, I think there's a sincerity to be able to serve the customer better. And along that path, there's a trade-off for you. The better they can serve you, the more they know about you. So there's an opportunity for you as an individual to have a better understanding of digital security, protecting your information, and allowing that kimono only to be open when you want it to be open. As a scenario, maybe not the best image. But as we move forward, I wanted to bring up this one. More and more content on YouTube or in our news feeds isn't human. And you can tell from a tone or repeated words, or there's different scenarios you can tell. And although it's getting a lot better, a lot of that content is not, doesn't even have human involvement. It's bots are told so many times a day to create headers, images, thumbnails, content, and post it. And computers just run and push out the data throughout the day. But in this case, it's a little different because it's not just content creators that are playing around in that space. In this case, the Business Insider, CNN, CNBC, all of them have come out against Sports Illustrated. Sports Illustrated allegedly, and in this case, they're saying reportedly published articles by fake AI generated writers. So they came up with some images, came up with bios on these individuals. They like to play, they like to hike, they like to camp, they like to be normal, they like to be human, they like to be like you and I, except they're not. All it is a computer with a face they've generated on it that's generating content and putting it out there. In this case, it said Sports Illustrated published articles by fake authors with AI generated profile pictures. This, I guess it was originally reported by Cooperism. We'll give them the credit for this. The magazine denied using AI, but said it would take down the articles while it investigated. And apparently those articles haven't gone back up, as it's been well documented what they were. And it's the latest publication that has gotten called out for using AI. So it's not just jobs that are being taken away. It's false concept being fed out there. And as we understand the concept of machine learning that learns from what it creates and teaches itself, having somebody and a company pass off AI as a human is a very, very dangerous game to play. But it also proposes propaganda and retrains us or educates us in ways that are not in alignment with our values. And they cannot be in alignment with our values because it's based on a lie. This isn't the concept of a Santa Claus. There isn't even a Santa Claus in this case. It's just a computer generated image. So as we move forward into this world that is really unknown to so many, AI tools are amazing. To have somebody in your back pocket always helping you out, giving you the latest information. But AI is also listening. And if it's somebody that's there to help you, wonderful. But if they're scraping your data or passing off a machine or a bot for an individual with values, be very, very cautious as you tread forward into this space. Blessings to you all. Have a great afternoon.